Hi, I'm Heather Drew, and I am a master facilitator with the Trauma Healing Institute. And we're going to do an exercise that shows us kind of what it's like when we do not express our emotions, when we don't let the pain out from inside of us. When something bad happens to us, there's sadness, anger, confusion, overwhelm, all kinds of different emotions. And if we don't let those things out, it can take a toll on our bodies and it can take a toll on our minds, our hearts, and our spirits. So, we're going to do a little exercise to show you what that looks like. So, I want you to imagine that these water bottles are emotions, and each one of them represents a different emotion that I might be feeling. So, say a bad event happens to me, and it's a traumatic event or an event that causes me distress or grief. And, um, I have some feelings. I have sadness, I have anger, I have confusion, and I have, a sense of wanting to take revenge or something like this. So this event happens to me, and these emotions all suddenly show up in my life. And instead of expressing them, because I don't feel like I'm allowed to express them, I spend my energy holding down these emotions because nobody wants to see these emotions. I'll lose friends if I'm angry. People won't understand. They won't be safe. I won't be able to express my sadness, or people will shame me for feeling things. So I just press the bottles down, right? So I'm living my life. Other things are happening, and the feelings are kind of getting harder to hold down, right? And maybe something else happens that makes me feel similarly. And so, there it pops up a little bit. Anger may pop up. So I just keep pushing it down, and I keep keeping these bottles under the water so that nobody can see them, that the surface of the water is still. Except the reality is these emotions are still here. So I'm spending all my energy pressing down on these emotions, and other things are happening in my life, and they start popping up. They might even splash water on other people. They may even shoot out of the bucket if they come up fast enough, because I can't hold this down. And if somebody asks me to do something other than holding these down, if someone says, hey, can you listen to my problem? I'm using all my energy to hold these bottles down. So I don't have any energy left to listen to your story, or to take care of you, or even to stay calm when somebody asks me a question, because all my energy is being used to push this down. So when we find ourselves in this situation, what works? What makes it so that I don't have to hold these down, right? If I let them go, that's just ugly, right? Nobody wants to see this, according to culture. But what if I begin to open the bottle one at a time? I take the bottle, maybe this is sadness, and I say to a friend, hey, I had an experience a little while ago, and it made me feel pretty sad, and it made me feel lots of different emotions, but can I just tell you why it made me sad? And so I start expressing my pain, and the pain starts coming out of me. You can see these bubbles maybe. And instead of the pain being in the bottle, there's water in the bottle, and it's just kind of keeping itself in the water. I don't have to hold it anymore. It makes it a little less hard to hold these down. And then I think, oh, well, I had a good experience telling my friend that, so maybe someone else will listen to this. And so I open up my other emotions that I was feeling during that situation, and I start telling another friend about how I felt angry during that situation, or how I have been experiencing ongoing anger from it. And look, there's one less bottle to hold down. And then I just keep going. Maybe I use some kind of art or creative expression to express my pain. Or maybe I even, find a way to tell the story in a more public setting if that's appropriate. And all this energy that I used to spend holding these bottles underwater, I now no longer have to use that energy to hold those bottles down. The bottles are full of water. And maybe we can even imagine that this is healing water. This is the living water. Or it's the Spirit of God filling these empty spaces with something that is life-giving instead of something that is work and hard to hold down. So this is what we can do, and this is just a visual depiction of what we do in our lives, right? And so we're going to learn a little bit more tonight in this lesson, or today, wherever you are, in this lesson about why this is important and how we do this, how we let the air out of these water bottles.